this is the greatest thing, not just because it agitates Stephen A. Smith. That's just an ancillary benefit. What are the options? Like, look around the league. Who would you rather have been a fan of over the last several years? The Orlando Magic, a team like that? The Sacramento Kings, a team like that? They've had more wins than the Sixers, but they've been terrible. They haven't given you anything really to root for. You know you ain't going to the playoffs. You know you ain't going to be any good. You know you're going to have to be back in the lottery or picking high up in the draft because you're no good. So, and what's the end game for them? Have they told you, look, we're not going to be good for a little while, so we're going to be really good? We're not just trying to sign whoever and maybe make the playoffs. We're trying to be great and win championships? No. They're just on a treadmill of mediocrity or worse even than that. They've given you nothing to watch, nothing to cheer for, no hope for the future. And here we are now in their future. And you want to be an Orlando Magic or Sacramento Kings fan right now? Or would you rather be a Philadelphia 76ers fan? Because they told you from jump, we are going to stink on purpose. As the late, great Stuart Scott used to always say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Because of the way the system is set up, we are incentivized to stink on purpose as much as possible, to be great, to be truly great. And if you look at this nucleus, and no one of these guys in the Hall of Fame yet, but if you look at the nucleus they have now, you understand why. Yes, they're selling out these tickets. Yes, everyone wants to go see this team in Philadelphia. Yes, they're going to be a national team that's interesting to watch. And Stephen A., you can say, well, I could tank 4 seasons too, and then what would happen? But again, that doesn't answer the question. What about teams like Orlando and Sacramento, who weren't even, or the Knicks, who weren't even trying to stink? They just stunk. And now their future is the same as their past. Mediocre if they're lucky. And the Sixers are looking at the feds right now. Those 4 guys.
Very pivotal points I'd like to mention before we get this out of the way. Number one, Max Kellerman should never be hired as an executive because he doesn't mind losing and losing continuously. Thank God I'm on this show. I'm allergic to losing.
I'd be the best executive in the world,
I let you speak silent.
I would be so much of a better executive than you. Any sport, I would destroy you.
I only got a couple of minutes. I'll let you speak with your long-winded, nonsensical answer. Let me break this down for you. Sam Hinkie drafts Michael Carter-Williams with the 11th overall pick. You ultimately move him on board. You trade Drew Holiday to New Orleans for Nerlens Noel. He's gone. You draft Jahlil Okafor. A lot of people are down on him. You draft Joel Embiid. No, he can't play for 2 years. When you drafted Dario Saric, as good as he is, he initially played the first year in Europe. What I am trying to say to you is that as an executive, he exercised a level of latitude that no executive in any professional sports should have. You should not have the right to say, I'm getting ready to explain. You should not have the right to sit up there and say, the only way for us to win is to stink up the joint for several years, so let me draft and build through the draft and give me 5 years when nobody else gets that level of latitude. We have a guy, we just finished having a guy on this show named Joe Dumars who went to 6 consecutive NBA conference finals and can't get a job in the National Basketball Association as an executive when clearly he's one of the best. They pick and choose who to give that level of latitude to. If they gave it to everybody, I'd have no problem with it. But other GMs have the onus placed on their shoulders, not just to draft, but to go out, cajole with agents, ingratiate yourself with talent, work free agency, et cetera, et cetera. Sam Hinkie and the Sixers didn't do that, and it was so bad that the league via Commissioner Adam Silver had to get involved and talk Sixers ownership into bringing Jerry Colangelo from USA Basketball, not that he ever left, but from USA Basketball to taking over the Sixers. He brings in his son, who's a 2-time executive of the year. The bottom line is the Sixers exercised a license to lose on purpose while charging the paying customer as if they were trying to win. And Max Kellerman is sitting here saying, you know what? It's all right to stink for a few years. You could never be an executive as far as I'm concerned. Not with that attitude.
I'd be a better executive. I'd be a better executive than you in any single sport you name, and I would.
Please. Oh, you'd be a better politician.
It wouldn't even be close.
And you are showing
why.
You'd be a better politician, not more productive.
Now look, Adam Silver here should have minded his business. He should have minded his business. Colangelo hasn't done a damn thing.
You can't have a team losing on purpose.
He did.
For
That's
years?
number one. Number two, if you want to make this about social justice, or I will even say, let's say it is about social justice. Let's say this is about white privilege. Let's say that Sam Hinkie got away with something that, say, a guy like Joe Dumars couldn't. Then what I would say is not, hey, GMs who aren't people of color, give up that privilege, be forced
It's not just
to work
people
in a
of
less
color, it's
efficient,
anybody.
less smart way.
There's white executives that couldn't get away with that.
What I would say is, hey, everybody should be free to have enough latitude to make the smartest possible choice, to extend that privilege to
Well, then
to
why do you go off about Phil Jackson? Answer this. Why do you go off about Phil Jackson then? He seems to be losing on purpose.
Jackson,
you seem to have a problem with that.
No, Stephen A., that's the tragedy of Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson's so bad at his job, he was trying to win, which is why he tore it down 3 years ago, admitted we're rebuilding,
you had a problem with him
in
then.
his fourth season is doing it again.
There is something about the transparency of saying we are trying to lose.
Well, go ahead. You think it's a transparency all you want to. That man, listen, it ain't Sam Hinkie's fault, but that should not be allowed in professional sports. You are charging the paying customer while
Good
you are
job, Sam
stinking on
Hinkie.
purpose. It's a disgrace.